Do not be alarmed, but something big is happening here. I know this doesn't look like much, but the direct sunlight coming through the kitchen window, it's the cardinal sun. Oh my god. Holy cow, hold on. It's the cardinal sign that summer is coming. Spring is coming. The sun is getting higher, and it's... Y'all, I waited way too long to do laundry. Ooh, I don't know if I like that framing. Makes that couch look nice. Too many pillows? Yeah, maybe I get rid of that pillow. Puffy things. Hey, what's in the background? This crazy thing happens on Saturdays where my home transitions from office space, studio space for TheVerge.com to home studio space for Becca Farsace. It's exhausting, honestly. Happy Saturday to you, bud. By the time you're seeing this, it'll probably be on Monday because I think I've figured out that I'm gonna be shooting Saturdays, editing Sundays, posting Mondays. Don't hold me to it, but I think that's what's working for me. Y'all have been dropping comments. I've been reading them. Thank y'all so much. Cool community we're building down there. Stoked to be a part of that. Anywho, I've been seeing that a lot of you guys want to know what lens I'm shooting on. You know, I got the A7c, but you're like, what glass are you shooting through? And today, I think I'm gonna surprise you. I didn't prepare at all. I don't even know where it is. This is bad. Found it. So when I first got the A7c, I thought I just needed a wide angle lens to capture myself when the camera's out in front of me and just the world around me as I'm seeing it. So I bought the Samyang 24mm f2.8 lens off of Craigslist for $200. I was wrong, very wrong. I have not liked this lens at all. Yes, it opens up to a 2.8. Yes, it's super light, compact. It just like focus hunts all the time. The chromatic aberration is pretty bad. And then the autofocus system is pretty loud. Sounds like a cat, doesn't it? It's literally purring. That's not great. I had to go back to the drawing board and I had to get a lens that zoomed because I realized I wanted to be a lot closer to things without physically being closer to them. And I needed a lens that was compact and light. And I am kicking myself for this decision. Lens swap. Okay, this is the Samyang. Honestly, it's not a bad lens in perfect lighting conditions, but a lot of things are great in perfect lighting conditions. I ended up buying the damn kit lens, which I am upset about because I paid more for it than if I would have just bundled it with the camera in the first place, but I am actually incredibly happy with its performance. First and foremost, the most important thing to me in my vlogging setup that I have recently learned is that it needs to be small and it needs to be light. That is the utmost importance. So yes, I would love the 24-70 G Master lens on this camera. Whew! It makes everything look absolutely incredible. It's super sharp. It's a continuous 2.8. That means that you can be at 70mm and still have that 2.8. Oh, it's such a good lens. But that lens is heavy and it is huge. And that will not work for vlogging. I don't know if you've noticed, I don't have like the largest arms in the world. So like holding a camera out in front of me and keeping it steady is already hard work. But you put a very heavy lens on that and it just doesn't work. This is the Sony 28-60 f4 to 5.6. Do I wish it was a 2.8 so when I'm shooting at night it's a little bit brighter? Yes. But is this lens sharp? Is it small? Is it light? Is it super portable? Is it a zoom? Yes. And those are all the things that are the utmost importance to me. And since the sensor on this camera is so great, I mean, even though this isn't like the sharpest optics, and even though, yes, there can be chromatic aberrations, I'm still finding that my images are quite incredible, especially for the $400 I paid for this thing. A funny thing about it though is that it takes the tiniest little ND filter, which is good because they're a little bit cheaper, but also bad because I've already lost this thing like 4 or 5 times in my apartment. It is just so small. The good news is that Tiffin makes filters at this size and I highly trust Tiffin with their glass. So I'll put a link down below for everything that I'm talking about here. When I was in film school, there was like this huge push to have like the biggest, baddest, most expensive camera you could get, because that meant that your quality was going to be better, and since you were just learning, like, you needed quality on your side. I feel like I'm at the point where I do have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing with cameras and lenses, and therefore I can get a little bit of a cheaper lens and still make it look great. And whether that's adding a little bit sharpening in post, whether that's really knowing when to overexpose and when to underexpose, I'm not entirely sure, but I've had great luck with this lens, and it goes to show that you don't need the most expensive thing to make a great product. I have so much more to say about that, and to say about film school, and to say about all the things I've learned, but that's for like 4 videos, right? Like, I definitely need to make one about film school, because I highly recommend film school for reasons that you might not expect. If you want to hear about that, comment down below. Maybe I'll make a video about that sooner rather than later. Anywho, I'm gonna head to Greenpoint, catch up with some buds. Like, subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much, bud, and I hope that you're well, and I hope that everyone around you is well. Let's go see some buds. I ended up paying, oh, there comes the sun. Yikes! Holy shnikes! As soon as I adjust my ISO, are you just gonna leave me? Don't change for other people, folks. Moral of the story. But should I change for the sun? What's going on? There it goes. There it goes. Oh, here she comes. Oh, this is frustrating. Oh